This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington. It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life.
Double Vision's one of the best songs ever. I don't know why you motherfuckers are laughing.
That's the name of this episode.
Tim Cop is about a police station that only has Tims. Tim Robbins, Timothy Dalton.
I'm not doing urine therapy, and I'm not looking it up.
Fucking chiffonade your underwear.
No, that it was supposed to. It would read nice, deep ass crack.
No, that's it. No, it's Rion the half guy.
So I'm holding my dick, my tiny baby portobello dick in my hands while pissing, watching giant fake tits float down the river.
His name was Isaiah Blood, and he owned an axe factory, and you lived in his guest house.
You guys need to get your shit together.
All right.
I forgot to share the post.
Coming to you live from Ground Zero of Thunderstorm 2016.
I guess it was pretty bad, yeah.
It was,
I tried to shoot a video, but it didn't. I was doing it through Beam, and it didn't upload because the Wi-Fi crashed right as it was uploading.
Yeah.
So then I just lost it. It's like Snapchat, so if you don't save it to your phone, it's just gone. Let me just make sure this is saved.
Yeah, so it was, for anybody who listening outside the area, Poughkeepsie was absolutely mouth-fucked for about half an hour by rain, sheets of rain, and hail. Did you see hail over by you?
It was probably dime-sized.
Yeah, dime-sized hail.
Yeah.
And it was looking pretty scary.
Yeah.
And I was texting Brooke, and she was at the doctor's, and she's like, "Hey, I'm gonna need something stiff to drink." And I was like, "All right, no problem. What do you want?" She's like, "Oh, if you can, I want some decent vodka. Can you go get like Tito's or whatever?" Which is, says a lot for what decent vodka is now. We're used to like
$20 bottle of vodka.
We're used to like Svedka.
That's like at a not terrible bar. That's their well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
So I went to go out, and then the hail starts falling, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm not going out in this shit." And then I just start seeing like, that wind where it blows the rain down and lets up and just blows it down. And I was like, I don't know if I should go out in this, but I do need booze. So I managed to get the fuck out of the house and start going down the street, and I thought like a water main blew, but then I was just like, we just got like 5 or 6 inches of rain in the past 15, 20 minutes. It's just overflowing.
Yeah.
The
storm drains.
Yeah, the storm drains are overflowing. So it left this giant pool right like my the way my road goes, for those who aren't Adam. It kind of goes down and then kind of comes back up. So it's got this little valley in it. It's very slight, but it was enough to create a fucking lake in the middle of the road. I was driving. I saw the storm drain overflowing, and I was just like, "Oh shit, is that a main?" No, it's not a main. It's oh fuck, and I was just in it.
Yeah,
I was just
you
going.
really don't want to do that.
I was one of those assholes on the news that are trying to get through it and fucking stall.
Yeah,
It
and
almost
blow your fucking engine.
It felt like I wasn't going to make it
suck
through.
some water up in there.
The cool thing about my street is it's a horseshoe. So I went and got booze. Went down to check on Jess, my sister-in-law's house. She was there. Her whole backyard and her neighbor's backyard was a fucking lake.
Yeah,
And
I
you
got
could
about 3 inches of water in my backyard.
You could
right
see
now.
bubbles coming up from underground just from all the air letting out.
Hope it drowned all the fucking groundhogs.
Oh,
That'd be
it probably did.
I've gotten 4 of them. There's at least 1 left, though.
Oh, well, thoughts and prayers.
I hope it's fucking dead.
So I come back home and I go to take Parkwood, which is, I probably shouldn't be giving out my address and shit, right? So I go to take Parkwood. I go through there, and that's overflowed.
Yeah.
Or flooded.
Yeah, I was going to let it go.
But anyway, that's flooded. So I turn around. I go back to I go down your neighborhood to see if there's any damage over by you. There's really nothing.
Yeah, it was fine.
But Hooker Avenue was closed off, certain sections. Brooke got stuck on her way back from wherever the hell she was, and trees are down, and all kinds of crazy shit. Fucking.
Yeah, I was at work during the whole thing, and like it started to rain, and I was watching it because I got to bring the awnings in and shit and all the furniture outside. So it started to pour. So I bring everything in, and it was just in time, like 2 more minutes, and it would have ripped the awning off the front of the fucking building.
Mhm.
It did rip the awning off of the Twisted Soul. Across the street, they have a sandwich place now, which is really fine if you want a cold panini. It's pretty good.
Naked food
Yeah,
concepts.
yeah, it's great if you want a really cold panini. But other than that, so it ripped the awning off the side of their fucking building.
Oh, shit.
But it wasn't in great shape to begin
And
with,
now
I
it's
don't think.
fucking beautiful out.
Yeah, it's
like
nice.
nothing
I
ever
skateboarded over
happened.
here. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But it was like hail and shit, and there were like people taking refuge inside, like not even customers. They just ran in, and I had to lock the door because it kept getting like sucked wide open.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it doesn't latch. It just sits there, and it's got like the spring thingy that makes it close.
Yeah.
But it was like the wind was going by the side of the building, and the doors recessed slightly, so it made a vacuum and pulled the door open constantly. So I had to lock the door during the whole thing.
Oh, wow.
And then the power went out at like 3:45 and never came back on.
Shit.
So, and then some guys came in maybe 10 minutes after the power came out, and they just came from Vassar. They work over there,
Mm-hmm.
and they had to take refuge under like a canopy or something, like by the tennis courts. And they saw the tree that fell on the power line and blew up the transformer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that whole block doesn't have power and probably won't have power till tomorrow.
Holy shit.
Yeah, because when I left, we looked and they were taking the transformer down, so they're replacing it.
Oh, man. I hope they get their shit back together because Poughkeepsie's doing their fireworks and stuff this week.
It'll be
tomorrow.
fine. They'll get everything done. Yeah, why aren't they doing it on Sunday?
No, tomorrow.
Yeah, why aren't they doing it on Sunday?
Oh, why aren't
I asked
they?
you a question.
Oh. I thought you were saying, why are they? And I was like, they're not. I don't know. I
Would
know
just make more sense.
Beacon's doing theirs at
that might be
Memorial Park
why.
on Sunday.
They might not want to compete.
Maybe.
So that's tomorrow.
I bet you Terry Gibson will be there.
All right, I'm going to fly my drone.
Oh.
It's going to be sick.
Yeah, that should be interesting.
Yeah, I think because they have it at Warriors Park, like everybody's there, and then they have the barge, and it's between the two buildings.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go to the bridge, and I might like ride my bike across to the park that's under the bridge over there so that I can fly it on the other side of the Mid-Hudson Bridge.
Oh, okay.
So I can see the bridge and the fireworks, and I'll be nowhere near anything. So
that might work out nicely.
yeah.
Get
I mean,
some good
I don't know how
coverage.
legal it will be, but it'll be at night, so nobody will know.
Yeah, well, minus
yeah.
the fucking flashing lights on it.
Yeah, well, you can't fucking see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I decided to give you the your Mad Max moniker.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, I have chickens. But
Well,
he just wanted to put Snatcher in there.
well, I was thinking from the original Mad Max movie, the bad guy, the antagonist was called the Toe Catcher. So I was just like, he needs like I'm Rion the half guy.
It could. What about
he
the
needs,
chicken
like,
catcher?
I like Snatcher better
All right,
because it just sounds better.
but it sounds like I stole them, and I didn't steal them.
No.
I paid for them at a store.
Yeah, well, the apocalypse happens.
Uh-huh.
You're snatching chickens.
No, I'm not. I have 7 chickens, and my neighbor would gladly trade me a rooster for one of my chickens, for one of my hens, and then I'll just breed them.
Your neighbor has a rooster?
Yeah, I have a neighbor that got 3 because he's stupid and he went to Tractor Supply.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. You can't go to those fucking budget places because they don't sex them properly. Yeah, so he bought
So
6.
he's got 3
He bought
dudes.
6 chickens and he got fucking 3 roosters.
He's just got a sausage party over
Well,
there.
he asked me if I was interested, and I was like, if I had the time to build a completely separate coop for him, I would, but I'm just not doing that.
So here's the chicken version of a Greek bathhouse.
Yeah, it's terrible. So, but I mean, I would love to have a rooster. It's just they stress out the hens if they're too close proximity and they won't lay.
Oh.
So, because chickens, if they get stressed out, they just eat less and won't lay. They just won't lay eggs. So, I mean, that happened with Amy's chickens like a while back, and her stepdad had to go kill them all.
Which chicken was that in the picture?
That chicken is dead.
Yeah, I know it was dead.
We named them Nymeria and something else.
Oh,
Yeah, from Game of Thrones.
and speaking of which, how about that?
That was awesome.
That
I
was like
started watching it again.
That was like the best. I don't know. Was it 25 minutes? The beginning there.
Yeah, it was
that,
awesome.
That was one of some of the best. Like just the music.
Yeah.
In that first scene is just fucking-tastic.
Yeah.
I loved it.
So, I mean, if you haven't watched, it's been a fucking week.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched it, go watch it, stupid.
Yeah. You missed some great
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
But
so everyone was right about Jon Snow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of disappointed. I mean, I'm happy that that's the case because it's what you kind of want. But
yeah. But that's the thing. Like
Yeah.
this whole season has been weird.
Mhm.
Weird. I said that strange.
Yeah.
This whole season's been weird because good things have been happening.
Mhm.
Like nothing bad has really happened to like
Yeah.
the main, protagonists.
Yeah.
And we're so used to them getting just shit shoveled down their throat, So
Yeah.
it's kind of weird to watch the show where the guys you're rooting
Yeah.
for aren't getting their asses kicked.
And it's
finally.
also funny how it's switched around that we don't hate the Lannisters as much as we did. Like I feel bad for Tommen,
I
he's
don't.
he's an idiot,
he's
but
a
he's also fucking 12.
Yeah,
I feel bad for the kid.
I feel bad for Marjorie. I almost
Well,
cried.
but you
I was
you don't feel bad for Tommen because he lost.
I could
Marjorie?
give a shit less about anyone else in that goddamn sept except for Marjorie. I was so
Yeah.
upset. I was like, no, maybe she found a hole to hide in.
No, I don't think so. Did you see that fucking big block crush that poor peasant? That was the best part. She was like the propeller guy in the Titanic.
Oh God, the guy that falls and hits the fucking thing. And I remember seeing that movie and watching him fall. I remember verbally going, "Oh!" Guy's got a shattered kneecap on his way
Yeah.
down to his death.
Poor bastard.
Holy shit! That I fucking I took a screenshot of the High Septon's face right as his facial expression said, "Oh, I fucked up.
Yeah.
I fucked up real bad."
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
That was the most
Yeah.
for as
There's
evil.
not
and
much to say about it. I mean, for those that don't watch the show, they fucking blew it up and killed a lot of people.
They blew up the
Yeah.
She basically Cersei basically
Yeah, so the people that don't watch Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
that's what's happening. I mean, we're probably going to keep talking about it. So I
Cersei
don't know,
just
maybe move
basically
on.
gathered all of her enemies into one place and
Yeah.
blew it the fuck up.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I think it was a mistake for her to. I mean, obviously, it turned out to be a mistake for her to not spare Marjorie the whole thing.
Yeah, she's just insane though. She killed the
Yeah.
Tyrells. They're done.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, but now all of their money is going to get funneled into war against them.
I was saying to Tony, I'm like, the Lannisters are dead unless Cersei has another kid.
No, there's cousins and nephews and all kind. Like their family's huge.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there's tons of them.
But the Boltons are dead.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Fucking Fraser
the thing
dead.
is, I don't know if I mean, I don't really know how it works, but who would succeed her? Her brother? Be Jaime, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And then it would be the Lannisters. It would have nothing to do with I don't even remember
Oh.
their last name. The royal family that there is now. Cersei's
Baratheon.
Baratheon.
Baratheon's dead too.
Yeah. But the name will carry on. No, it can't now. Yeah.
There's a lot of families that
Yeah.
just were just snuffed out very very suddenly. So it's like, I know this is really nerdy for people who don't watch, but if you don't watch
everyone
at this,
fucking watches the
yeah,
show.
but
I said to my boss, "Did you watch Game of Thrones?" He's like, "No. I don't want to know anything." And then he's just kind of saying stuff, and he was like, "Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not that excited because they always with the finale, it's meh." And I was like, "Yeah, that happens sometimes." Because like the last two finales, we were like, "Oh, all right, well."
they seem to save the episode 9 is the big shocker, the red
Yeah.
wedding, Ned getting killed,
Yeah.
so on and so forth. And then the final episode is more of a
Setting up for the next
yeah,
season.
it's more of a setup.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
I don't know what's
hell's
happening
going
up there.
on up there. But they're just setting up for the next season, which is actually there's going to be 2 more seasons.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a either I think it's going to be 7 episodes and then 6,
Mm-hmm.
or 7 and 7. They're not sure
Okay.
yet. They got to see what they can do. Hopefully
Okay.
they just do 7 and 7.
We
But
talked about this last week.
We
right?
did, but
Yeah.
it's official now.
Okay, cool.
They came out and said that there's definitely going to be 2 more seasons.
Well, I'm
at
glad
least.
that they're not just going to keep it going.
What do you mean?
know, like just have it just a never-ending goddamn show.
Oh,
like so
no,
many
no.
things.
They always had
Yeah.
an end game. They were just
Yeah.
going to do the books. But, I mean, it sets it up for other,
Mhm.
other shows that can branch off of it. Maybe
guess.
Robert's Rebellion, like
Yeah.
prequel type shit.
I,
Who knows?
I just kind of don't want to see that.
Yeah?
No, I wouldn't want to see that at all.
I do.
Yeah.
I love
I don't
sword
even want to see
fighting
a
and
fucking Han
dragons.
Solo movie.
No?
Yeah. No, because like it's one of those things where you just can't sometimes. You just can't. It's just not going to be as good as Harrison Ford in 1977.
Yeah, Disney-
it's just not.
Disney's going to do what they do best.
I'm sure it'll be great and it'll be fun, but it's not going to be as good.
Yeah.
It's just not. So I don't. Whatever. Like prequel stuff that maybe has nothing to do with characters that we know. I don't know. Whatever.
Well,
they're
some
going to
of
do
it-
whatever they want to do, but it's all going to. I mean, if George R.R. Martin says, "Yeah, I don't think you should do that," no one will watch it. I really think that if he had no hand in it, it would suck.
Yeah, I don't know what his feelings are when it comes to like fan fiction and
Yeah.
everything like that. I'm sure he
But I
seems
don't-
like he's
yeah.
a nerd enough to.
Yeah, but I don't know. Who knows? He'll be dead soon.
Very
Yeah.
soon. Every time I look at him, I'm like, you're never gonna finish your book, sir. You gotta stop eating
Yeah.
ham by the plateful. Jesus.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
but-
so anyway, let's go back to nerdy things. So what does this mean for John? That means he is technically second in line for the throne if it reverts back to the Targaryen name, right? Because he's her cousin.
well, hold on. Let's stand back for a second. We have his legitimacy. Wow, this is so nerdy. This is
He
great.
is a legitimate.
so-
He is a legitimate child. They were
Maybe-
married. It doesn't matter.
Were they married?
Yes, they were married.
How do you know?
I thought they were. I thought they said they were.
Who? Liana and Rhaegar?
Yeah, I thought when he fucking stole her, they got married.
No, they've never once said whether or not they got married.
Mhm.
So that's up in the air. If they got married,
Wait a minute. What happened to the fucking the bastard with the king's blood rode off and we never saw him 2 seasons ago? The fuck happened to him?
Everybody's been talking Gendry.
What the fuck happened to him?
In the books, he just becomes. Well, I don't know if anybody wants. Do you want to know?
I don't. Yeah,
It's
I don't
simple
care.
in the books. In the books, he never goes to Dragonstone.
Mhm.
That's a different bastard.
Okay.
So in the show, they combine him and one other bastard. The bastard's name is Edric Storm. Anyway,
Mhm.
in the book, he just stays with the Brotherhood as their armor. And that's it.
That's it.
He pops up a little later in book like 4 or something like that.
Really thought they were going to do a lot with that.
Yeah,
I mean, like he could never be legitimate, but
he could be legitimized.
only by
His family.
his family or by like the king or his
No,
father
his-
or because his
I-
father's dead.
That I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
So, anyway, John,
Mhm.
if they were married, then he is the heir to the throne.
yeah, but no,
Yes, he is.
as a man,
As a
wouldn't-
man,
she
he's-
wouldn't be the heir to the throne.
No, because they'd be brother.
They're cousins, but she was the
They're
daughter.
not.
She was the daughter of the king. He is the son of the king's brother. The Mad King. Rhaegar's the Mad King's brother, right?
No, Rhaegar is the Mad King's son.
Okay, so then they're second cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're second cousins once removed. No, so then Jon is the legitimate heir.
He is.
Because he's a male in line. Rhaegar would have been heir to the king, and then it goes to him.
Yeah, because he's a male. Yeah.
Had they been cousins, it's different, I guess. But I don't really know. Like, you know more about it than I do.
Yeah.
Because in a lot of cultures, the woman has no claim whatsoever, no matter what happens.
Yeah.
If there's a male heir to be had, it goes to him. So
So yeah, he would be legitimate.
Yeah. So
Heir.
so his grandfather was
If
the
they
Mad
were
King.
married. If they weren't
Yeah.
married, he'd need to be legitimized. And the only person who could legitimize him is Danny.
Yeah.
The Nietis.
They could get married.
Hmm.
They're not brother and sister, so they could get married.
They could.
Yeah.
I don't know what the end game is. I keep trying
Yeah.
to formulate everything. Part of me thinks that they're just going to divide the North and the South, and Danny's going to rule the South, he's going to rule the North,
Yeah.
and they're going to both be under Targaryen names. Except
Maybe.
he's going to, or maybe he'll take the Stark name. I don't know.
I don't think he really has any desire to rule.
I don't know.
And I think he would be completely
Just
fine with
wants to
I
kill
think
the White Walkers.
I think he'd be completely fine with Daenerys being queen.
Yeah,
Because I feel like
but he's been declared
He-
the king in the North.
yeah, he didn't really ask for it.
Yeah, but what are you going to do? Say, nah. After that whole procession's like
Yeah.
screaming and swinging their swords around,
Well,
king in the North.
it worked out great for Rob, so
Yeah.
I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure he's real excited.
He's going to come out and go, hold on, hold
Yeah.
on.
Okay, I also want to figure. So there's only one dire wolf alive that we know of, right?
No, there's
Ghost
Ghost and
Nymeria. We don't know what happened to her.
She's still alive.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
In
She's
the-
south of the wall, though. That's the crazy
In the
part.
books, she's basically terrorizing the Riverlands with her wolf pack.
Oh,
She's like the alpha,
of course she would be because she weighs 100 pounds more than the rest
and
of them.
it's like there are rumors of like a pack of like 50 wolves just following her around.
Well, I
just
wonder
destroying
if she
everything
could
they
mate with
touch.
another wolf to create like a half dire wolf.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we'll call it John.
That's stupid. I would love to name like a dog John.
Talk to my mother,
Yeah.
man.
We named it Chicken Richard.
Okay, this is mom's dogs and cats too. She had a cat named Bill. She had a dog named Nicholas. She had a dog named Sydney, Bob, Simon. And another cat named Luther. She Kyle was the one that broke the cycle. Yeah,
Yeah.
and now she's got Jack now too.
Yeah,
She
where
likes
Kyle
giving-
named it after marijuana.
Yeah, I think so. He
Let me
named
get that lighter. That'll be a better bottle opener.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's
Was the cat named Luther Black?
No. No, he was gray and white. He was a cool cat, but he was an ornery son of a bitch. That's racist.
You haven't said anything racist in a while, so.
No. I want a yellow cat and name him Jackie.
Jeez.
But what are you drinking?
I've had it before on the show. Captain Lawrence Hop Commander IPA.
I only said that because I wanted to get to what I'm doing.
Oh, okay. Well, yours is probably more interesting because I've already talked about this.
I went to
But anyway, for those who haven't heard, it's an IPA from Captain Lawrence, and it's really good.
I
It's
went
brewed in New York.
to my local wine purveyor, and
Yeah.
he suggested getting the Little Sheep of New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc, and it's fucking really good. Here, try
Can I
it.
take a sip? Can I take it out of the bottle?
It's no,
Oh,
it's
'cause I
mostly
was just gonna like chug it as fast as I could until you yelled at me.
it's mostly citrus. It's dry, and that's right. Get all the essence.
I kind of have to because I had like IPA in my mouth.
Mm.
It's good. It's appley.
Yeah, it's apples and citrus. I got a lemon, and it's all very fancy.
Yeah, I got lemon, and apple,
It's delicious.
like a really tart apple.
so I
I
figured
like it. Yeah. How much is it?
$10.
Yeah, it's great wine for $10.
$10 is usually what I spend on a bottle of wine, and that's pretty much it. I'll go to 13 or 15, but anything over that is like out of control.
I will not go that high on a white wine.
Yeah,
I will not, because there has never been in my experience a white wine that cost over $12 that was worth over $12.
I can
A
agree.
red
I
wine.
can
I mean,
agree with you on that.
a red wine, like there have been some where it's like, holy shit. Like you can tell the difference between a $25 bottle of red wine and a $12 bottle of red wine.
$25 bottle
Yeah.
of red that I bought was White Cliff Vineyards, local guys. Where are they out of? Can't remember. Sorry, guys. If you're listening, probably
They're
not.
I didn't even listen to last week's episode. I haven't had time.
Really?
Yeah.
It was kind of meh.
I downloaded it today and I was going to listen at work, But it was just kind of
I
that
needed
shit
to
went
post
down.
it that night
Yeah.
because I was leaving for the weekend, which I
Yeah.
want to talk about a little bit also. But
I don't want to talk about it, so.
But White Cliff Vineyards, yeah, they're at like Gardner or somewhere out there.
Well, you
New-
gave
near
out the
New-
name. I
near
mean,
New
they're
Paltz.
New York. They're
Yeah.
White Cliff Vineyards. Anyone who was interested can find them.
I can't remember what year it was, but they did a Cabernet Franc,
Mhm.
and it was a reserve that they did. And we went to like a vegan tasting, vegan wine, a vegan food and wine tasting.
Mhm.
Not vegan wine, but all
They
wine
do
is
make-
vegan.
No, not all wine.
No?
No,
Bugs?
probably. No, I would imagine that
But
they
yeah,
would have to be certified or whatever to be
they
vegan.
passed around their normal bottles and everything like that, and then they came around with that, and I tasted
Actually,
that.
no, yeast is like alive. I don't think that that's considered vegan.
Yeah,
I don't know. Honey isn't vegan.
vegans are kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm vegetarian right now.
are you?
Yeah, just for a couple weeks.
I've been doing that a lot.
I needed to take a break.
I've been doing that
Yeah.
a lot.
I cheated yesterday. I had chicken wings, but
What
it was
did I-
just because I really wanted chicken wings.
I'm trying to think. I probably do 3 or 4 days a week now.
Yeah.
Completely vegetarian.
I just wanted to do like 2 weeks because we just went to a bike, and I don't want to derail you too much from the wine thing.
Gotcha.
We went to the bike rally, which we
And it was just
touched briefly on.
sausage and bacon.
Yeah,
all-
it was just. I mean, I had like every breakfast, like I had a country fried steak with a side of bacon, and then for lunch I had a burger, and then for dinner I had 2 cheeseburgers. It was bad. It was really bad. So I just was feeling like shit. So that and drinking heavily every day.
Yeah.
So when I got back, I was like, I think I'm just going to take a break from meat up until vacation. We leave on the 9th. And then when I go on vacation, it'll be whatever. But at least I'll be like regulated and normal by
Yeah.
the time I go. And then when I get back, I'm going to have to do it again.
It'll soften up your stool too.
Yeah,
Instead of those
Jesus.
giant fucking pipes that you gotta lay. They're terrible.
No, it's just, that's not really the issue. It's just more, I don't know, just more like upset in general. Like,
You feel like shit.
yeah, my stomach is like gurgly all the time. And I just feel like I feel gray. Do I look gray? I feel gray. Like that's how I feel.
That's
yeah.
a good way to put it.
Like I just feel so much better.
My
now.
stomach's
Yeah.
shot from
Yeah.
that whole weekend in Boston, just eating out and eating bad. My
Yeah.
fucking stomach is shot, but I'll get into that in a minute. But
All right, so back to the New York wine.
so their Cabernet Franc Reserve, I can't remember what year it was, but I tasted it and went, Jesus, I need to buy this. I don't really give a shit how much it costs. And
Mhm.
when I went up to and asked how much it cost, and they said like $28 or something, I
Yeah.
went, yeah, fuck it, I'll get it. It was that good, it's super
Yeah.
unique. It was drinkable, but it was also like it had just a smoke flavor and leather and tobacco, like this weird kind of flavors on top of the normal, like cherries and currants and so on and so
Yeah.
forth. But it was really unique, and I had to fucking get it. It's the most I've spent on a bottle of wine.
I think the most I've ever spent, and I would need to consult a friend from Facebook to remember the name of it, but he worked at Brasserie. And he like bought a bottle with dinner. He was just sitting at the bar with one other dude. He worked there. He was like a waiter. He was just sitting at the bar with one other dude, bought a bottle for like to go with his dinner with it. He got like fucking steak tartare and
Good man.
oysters and fucking
Good man.
and then a steak. So he was like gonna drink the whole bottle to himself, but he was like, "Hey, yeah, you guys try this. It's fucking awesome." I was like, "That's the best red I've ever had." And I think it might have been a Cab Franc.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really remember. This is like almost 4 years ago, something like that. And I was like, "Dude, this is great. Like, I might get a glass." He's like, "Well, they don't do it by the glass. It's only by the bottle." It was fucking $65 a bottle at Brasserie.
Okay.
Right. So I was like, all right, so that's probably like a $30 bottle of wine. It was like $38.
Really?
Yeah. They didn't mark it up that much.
Wow. Good for them.
Yeah, it was $38, and I ordered one from Arlington and just drank the whole thing on my birthday. It was like a month later. I just drank the whole thing. So That's the most I've ever spent was $38 on
Yeah.
a bottle of wine. And it was because I'm buying this for myself for my birthday, and I'm going to drink the whole thing.
Scott was telling me a story about I think he went on some date it was a while ago, and he's not much of a wine drinker, and he never really bought a bottle of wine. So he went into the store, he saw a fucking $20 bottle of wine and figured that was normal and grabbed it and left. And then he texts me. He's just like, "What's the normal price for a bottle of wine?" I went, "I don't know, $9, $10." And he went, "Fuck." He goes, "I bought a $20 bottle." I'm like, "I hope it's good."
Yeah.
Even his date was breaking his balls about it. She was like, "What the fuck are you buying a $20 bottle for, you stupid asshole?"
Yeah. I mean, to spend, like, if you go into a restaurant and you spend $35 on a bottle of wine for the table, like if you're on a date or a nice dinner or something like that, that's pretty reasonable. That's probably like a $10 or $12 bottle of wine.
Yeah.
You can usually double it. Once you get into like the $100 bottle of wine, that price difference, the markup starts to change a little bit. But like some like bourbon, forget about it, because they open the bottle and the bottle can stay open for 10 years.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit. Like Pappy Van Winkle, you get a double Pappy Van Winkle, it's $80 for two shots.
What the fuck is Pappy Van Winkle?
You've never had Pappy Van Winkle?
No.
It's one of the most expensive and very good bourbons in the world.
Oh, it's just very good?
It's very good. Yeah, it's very good. It's I wouldn't say it's worth $80, but
does it jump out of the glass and blow you while you're drinking it?
No. It's one of the better, but it's also aged 15 years.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's like it's one of the smoothest things you'll ever have.
So it's like Scotch bourbon.
Yeah, they have
thing.
they have a 10, a 15, and a 20. Yeah,
Google
they had them at
Moogles.
Brasserie. Back when I was still kind of friends with Chris from Brasserie.
Yeah.
He's no longer with Millhouse, by the way.
No shit.
Yeah. I can't. I mean,
I know you can't.
everybody knows who Chris from Millhouse is, but I can't get into the whole.
What
thing.
about Dan?
Yeah, Dan, I think is still there. I don't know. Yeah. So anyway,
Ooh.
don't want to get too inside.
Intriguing.
But he posts on Instagram.
Inside
He posts
dish.
on Instagram the Pappy Van Winkle. I was like, oh shit. Got to go over there. And then I saw how much it was. It's like $30 a shot.
Woo.
And I was like, I'm not getting that. So Kyle gave me like a little taster of each one, not very much.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, yeah, these are like the 20 years, like a $500 bottle for us because of the taxes. If you ordered it yourself, it'd be about $250, $300.
Jesus.
But for a restaurant, they have to pay additional state taxes. It's like $500 for a fucking bottle. What are you looking at?
Dog toy.
Oh.
Sorry. Anyway.
Is it the dildo?
No. It's just it's like a puff ball that he ripped off. So. Yeah.
So yeah.
What was I gonna say?
wine?
Boston Spa.
Yeah.
Went up to Boston Spa, which is about 10 minutes outside of Saratoga Springs, for Brooks' brother's graduation. 62 children graduated.
62 children.
That's the entire class. 62 people. We were in like
This didn't take that long.
we're in like the Chance Theater watching people watching people commence. It was the
well,
fucking
at least it wasn't like
craziest shit.
3.5 fucking hours. You know.
It was pretty long.
Oh, it was long anyway. They felt like they had to stretch it.
It was about I would say it was about an hour and a half to 2 hours
It's terrible.
for 62 people.
Ours
it
wasn't
was
that long.
It was actually kind of fun. Like they had a cool group of kids. They did like some like parody songs that were actually really good and really funny. But one of the guys, he was like I'm kind of a psycho, you know that. So I'm reading all of the list of the I keep saying children, I don't know why. All the kids, children, same thing. All the graduates.
Yeah.
And their list of accomplishments and everything. And I see
compliments.
their compliments. And I see this one kid, and I just go, "Oh, he's the overachiever. He's that fucking guy who just was in school all the time, that was so smart and was there all the time doing all kinds of work and stuff, but the teacher still hated." That's the kid I imagined. And it was confirmed as well. But he gets up and he does this long, boring speech, and at the end he quotes Kansas. Like, "Carry on, my wayward son."
Yeah. Jesus
Literally,
Christ.
he says, carry on, my wayward son, blah, blah, blah. All we are is dust in the wind. I looked at Brooke, and she was staring straight ahead, stone dead eyes, and I could see that she saw me look at her in her peripheral, and she just was like, she just slowly turned her head in the no fashion, very, very, very. She's just like, just don't you fucking dare. So I saw her, and when she did that, it made me even want to laugh even more. So I stared at the ceiling, and just grinding my.
You wanted to yell "Woo, Kansas" so bad, didn't you?
I just wanted to laugh. I wanted to laugh like I wanted to go, bah! You know. But I held it in with every ounce of my soul. Held it in, and it was from there on. I was just making snide remarks. I was just a douchebag about it.
Do you remember Matthew's graduation with the kid doing the fucking Independence Day speech?
You told me about it. The Independence Day speech.
I gotta see
if
someone has that on video somewhere.
Yeah.
I need to see if I can find it.
So what is it? The was it Ketchum class of what?
2003, 2004 maybe?
Yeah.
Someone
out
he's
there.
3 years.
Listening.
Yeah, so it would have been 2004. If anyone, there's no one fucking listening to this.
If they are,
If anyone out there has a video of Matthew Patain's valedictorian, not Matthew Patain, his class. So class of 2004
he wasn't
from
even
Ketchum.
close.
There has to be a video of it. There has to be. I mean, it'd be tough to digitize it, but we could do it. Anyway.
But
he like seamlessly went into the speech from Independence Day.
I wasn't there, but the way you described it to me,
and it was it's kind of like you're looking down at the fucking thing. What is it called? Program to see when the fuck this is gonna end. and then you just slowly look up when he starts going. Maybe it's a coincidence that this is the 4th of July and it's like June 6th. And he goes into the whole fucking speech, and you just slowly like look up and realize he's doing the speech from Independence Day. Which we saw the new Independence Day, by the way. It was fucking awesome.
Was it?
It was fucking awesome.
Really?
I would give it a solid 8 out of 10.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it looks like dog shit.
It was great. Yeah. Yeah, it was the same like Jeff Goldblum kind of funny parts. His dad's in it again.
Oh, God.
My David.
What the fuck's his name? Judd Hirsch. I think
Yeah, it is Judd Hirsch.
From Taxi.
Yeah.
What a douchebag.
It was good. It was fun. It was.
It'd all be done now if it wasn't for my David.
I think the thing that I like the most is that there's all of this backstory that's happened the last 20 years. They just expect you to know and figure out. They don't fucking spoon feed you at all.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. I love it when they do that.
Because like. Obviously, we've expanded on our technology based on their technology, and like fighter planes and stuff, they have the same lasers. We have the same weapons that they all had, and we've been preparing for 20 years, like if they would come back, because we like knew that they would. So the entire world is united. There's no more war, nothing like that. But there's this one thing that they never told us in the first one. There was one ship that landed, and this isn't really giving anything away. There was one ship that landed. Right, didn't crash, and it was doing something. I don't want to give away what it was doing because that would give away the movie.
Terraforming.
But anyway, there were these fucking African like warlord guys that had their whole country like in normally they'd be the bad guys, but the problem was that
that's racist.
They have been they were African warlords. They were African warlords in the 90s. That's what they were. It was in Africa, and they had machetes and AK-47s. Like, they were warlords in Africa. So this ship lands, and they were fighting a ground war with them well past all the ships crashed in 96.
No.
So basically, this giant ship, all of those motherships had hundreds of thousands of aliens on them, right? We blow up the mothership, all the other ships crash. But all those ships had hundreds of thousands of aliens on them.
Yeah.
This one landed. So they were fighting a ground war with aliens for like a decade.
That's badass.
And all of this happened.
Someone needs to make a movie about that.
All of this happened before this movie. It was done by like 2006.
That's cool.
So they had one, and now they have alien weapons.
All right, you're selling me on this thing now.
It was cool. And there's like underneath the ship, there's just this like sea of like alien bones and shit from this war that they had with them. And the guy who plays Data has been in a coma ever since he had the fucking neck thing go around. Yeah.
Oh wait,
yeah.
now he wakes up when they're coming back.
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus.
It was great. He also makes a very funny Star Trek reference.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which I won't tell you what it is.
All right.
So definitely, I mean, you don't have to go and see it, but I'm happy that I went and see it. I mean, I would have been pissed if I spent $26 on myself to go see it in 3D. You know, I wouldn't have been that happy with it, but we went up to Roosevelt. It was like $15 for the two of us.
Roosevelt rules.
Yeah.
Roosevelt just fucking
Yeah,
rules.
and you can see a 3D movie up there. You know, it's fine. So we didn't see it in 3D just because of the timing. But
I don't fucking.
I know you don't. You're contrarian with the 3D. We've talked about it.
It's not that. I just don't like it. It just doesn't do anything for me. So
it only works if the movie is really well done with 3D. Avatar's really the only one that nailed it so far.
Yeah,
it has to be immersive. And the thing is, like it or not, 3D is where it's going. 3D is where everything's going because eventually, like everybody's like watching stuff on their iPad in bed. You're not gonna fucking do that. You're gonna slide your phone in an Oculus. You're gonna put it on, and you're gonna be in a world. That's a little bit different than putting on glasses and being in a fucking theater. You know what I mean? Like now, you don't even need this big, expensive VR shit. If you have a halfway decent phone, mine won't do it. But you know, if you have like a Galaxy S6 or above, Google makes a cardboard thing that you can get for free. Has two little plastic lenses in it, and you put it on your head, you slide your phone into it, and you can watch stuff in full HD 3D. They figured it out. All they did was they took two lenses that allow you to focus to a screen that close to your face, and then they just split it. It's in a little cardboard box with a fucking thing that goes here. That's all it is. And apparently it's amazing.
It's like the one you tear out of the comic books.
Yeah, exactly. It's just now you slide your phone into it, you know? So it's the way things are going. And could you imagine playing not playing video games with 3D glasses on with a TV in front of you? Playing video games where you turn your head and you can look left.
Yeah.
That's
the only thing that with 3D that interests me in any sense.
That it's there. The technology is there. It's already happened.
Like watching stuff in 3D, I don't really give a shit. You know, participating in 3D, I'm all in. You know,
so it's like
especially those porno ones.
I still haven't experienced that because I don't have a good enough phone. But I was interested in checking it out. Like I want to see, but I keep hearing about it, and I want to see what it's like.
And
but
of course, that's the one
VR.
that they're like working on the hardest.
Oh, of course,
you know?
They're going to be the fucking pioneers. But like, not even like porn. Like
porn.
But there's all these like that vlog that I watched, Casey Neistat. He just did a whole VR thing with Samsung for VidCon. I can't watch it because I have a shitty phone. You don't even need the glasses. Like on a newer phone, you just click on the 3D video on YouTube and you can do this. And you can look all over in the 360 degree
Mine's
view.
able to do it, but it looks like shit.
Yeah. Well, that's part of the problem.
Yeah, it looks terrible. Yeah. We were watching it on the campfire episode. We were watching that girl in the bathroom folding laundry and shit, and I was checking out her hot water heater.
You're like, that's a nice hot water heater. I forgot about that.
Tankless.
Yeah, but I can't do any of that. You know, because I don't have a good enough phone. But yeah, it does look like shit. It looks like shit on the little screen, but 720p in those glasses looks really good apparently.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I just think it's awesome. Very excited for the future.
Real quick, back to Boston Spa. It was our first Airbnb where we were staying over someone's house.
Yeah.
And it was fucking great.
It was great.
It was great.
I feel like the Tim Lapse is going to be really lacking on this end because we have no guests.
Maybe we turn.
We could.
Like that.
All right.
Can you close that curtain?
Why don't we take a break and then close the curtain?
What time is it? Wow, 43.
Yeah,
Jesus, we've been fucking rambling on.
Let's go about your Airbnb experience.
It's real quick.
Did you give him a good review?
I don't know. I don't know if Brooke did or not. I'm terrible at reviews because I just want to go. It was great. Period. Like it's what the hell am I gonna do? I can't I can only jerk someone off for so long, in a comment. But we pull up to this place, and I was basically like, "Oh, we're gonna get savagely raped and murdered and dumped into a fucking bog in the back." And I mean that bog. There was shit everywhere. House was just in disarray. I knock on the door, and this young guy, he's probably my age, opens the door. Hey, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. Sorry about the mess. We bought this place. It's a fixer-upper, and it's just been one giant, construction site ever since we moved in. I kind of peered into his place. Nothing up on the walls, shit all over the place. Like just they're painting, they're building shit, they're redoing this, they're redoing that. They lead us down into the room that we're staying in. It's gorgeous.
Yeah,
it's perfect. There's a couch, there's a TV, there's a mini fridge. We're stealing ideas that they have. There's a big bucket of fucking candy that I just
ate way too much.
Yeah, I ate way too much of. It was fucking awesome. He had chickens. He probably had 30 chickens just running around the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were coming up to me. Eisen was trying to fucking eat them. I did the best I could with him. And they had this... they were basically us. They had this one dog that was a little dog, was perfectly fine, yapped a lot, but perfectly friendly. And this other dog, well, they used to be like us. This other dog that was just a fucking savage and wanted to eat your face.
Yeah.
Clover. So
that's the used to be like.
It was really interesting. And I thought it was going to be a lot freakier, but our first experience was pretty fucking good. So, and it was cheap, man.
Well, it's too bad. It's going to be really illegal almost everywhere very soon.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dude, the IRS wants their fucking paws in it. Every goddamn local government is like, do you realize, this is already illegal? It's already illegal. It's illegal in Poughkeepsie. Wow. It is. It is illegal. There are already laws on the books that say you can't do that.
Well, we just
that's like me. That's like me. That's like me taking my house. If I own my house, I rent my house. But it's like me moving out, renting out my house, and never claiming it. You can pay income tax on it, but never saying it's a rental, never having to subscribe to all this shit. You can't do that. Short-term leases are not the same as running a bed and the place it's called Airbnb. You have to subscribe to hotel room
NB as in November.
That's the thing. It's if you rent a house, it has to be like a legal rental, all that kind of stuff. If you rent a room, it's slightly different for like a long-term lease. So like if you own your house and you wanted to rent your room out monthly, that's different. It's very different. But nightly, you have to subscribe to bed and breakfast rules, and there are laws in place that say you have to have a certain amount of bathrooms, you have to have a certain amount of exits, you have to be inspected every however much time.
But if you're not allowing access to anything else in the house,
doesn't matter.
Still doesn't matter.
Short-term lease.
Yeah,
that's what it is. It's a short-term lease, and the problem is it's on the internet, and they're gonna crack down on it, and they're gonna get shut down.
We've made so much
money. I know, and do it for as long.
Have to
do it for
this year.
Yeah, do it for as long as you can. But like I'm saying, it's like the same shit with the drones. It's like once enough people start doing it and get involved, and the government sees, well, first and foremost, this is a whole bunch of money we're not making any tax dollars on, right? And second of all, local municipalities are like, this is illegal where it's illegal. It's not legal. It's not legal in Poughkeepsie. If I were to open a bed and breakfast in Poughkeepsie, do you realize how many permits I would have to get? How many inspections I would have to get? I would have to have a certain amount of bathrooms. I would have to probably have a fucking one of those defibrillator things that you put on the fucking wall. There's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit you have to do. Because right now, you're doing a short-term lease. You're doing a short-term lease, in which case you're basically operating a hotel for the night, and you're assuming zero liability. What happens if someone fucking has a heart attack or falls down a flight of stairs in your house?
We just kind of were.
That's the biggest thing.
We have a guest coming that we were worried about.
It's going to be like one time, like one story, and it's going to happen in a place like New York City, where someone's going to fall down a flight of stairs, and the homeowner's insurance is going to say, "You're not a bed and breakfast. They were paying you to stay there. We're not covering it."
Airbnb has their own coverage.
They have their own coverage, but they have their own homeowners coverage.
Not homeowners, but it's like it protects against their insurance. that you're under. The fee that you
It's a
basically
liability insurance.
Yeah, so if there's damage to your home,
Mm-hmm.
it's $1 million policy they have,
Okay.
and if it's an injury, they have $1 million policy as well.
So that's a pretty good.
So they cover
Yeah,
your
that's
ass.
a pretty good
Airbnb
pop,
covers
but-
your ass. I mean,
Yeah.
they skim you. They take
Yeah.
a little bit off the top.
Oh, of course,
It's not
and
much.
They should, because they're making money off of it.
And they're
That- you
probably
see,
making a ton.
That I
Holy
didn't know,
fuck.
but it could be. I mean, okay, so it's $1 million.
Well, we just
so
we-
hang
we-
on, but it's $1 million.
Yeah.
What happens when an 18-year-old falls down a flight of
A
stairs?
hot
in New-
18-year-old.
Any 18-year-old.
Oh.
It's an 18-year-old Filipino boy.
So a hot
Right, yes.
18-year-old.
So he falls down a flight of stairs in your house, your fucking brownstone in Brooklyn, right? Falls down a flight of stairs, breaks his neck. He's completely fine, but he's quadriplegic for the rest of his life. Airbnb gives him $1 million, and he sues you for $100 million. Your homeowner says, well, first of all, you don't have that kind of coverage anyway. Then you sue Airbnb, and you win. Then the government steps in and says, this isn't legal. You shouldn't be doing this. And they outlaw it. It's not that far off. It's going to happen.
How many years do you think?
I'm surprised it hasn't happened already. I'm amazed it hasn't happened already, because they're already looking at it. They're already looking at it, especially, and it's happening in other countries too. Germany, for instance, has completely outlawed all of these types of services.
No.
Completely outlawed, because people are abusing it. This is what happens. The drones, they were fine until douchebags started flying them near airports and crashing planes. It was fine. There was nothing wrong with it at all. But then too many people got their hands on it, and then statistically a bunch of morons got their hands on it and ruined it for everybody.
That's why I have no faith in people.
But the thing is, with Germany, there is such a housing crisis in Germany right now. The problem is there are more people than there are apartments, right? So you have people who are paying thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a month to share an apartment with 3 other families because there's nowhere to live. Then you have rich motherfuckers who own 12 apartments, and they live in all of them, and they rent them out 7 days a week on Airbnb.
Yeah.
That's not legal. And another big problem is vacation towns. These vacation places, if you want to do weekly rentals,
Like
you have
Amity
to,
Island?
I don't know. You have to get permits.
The island from Jaws.
Oh, okay, whatever. You have to get permits in order to rent out your vacation home.
That's where we were. Saratoga Springs, it doesn't do from spring and the beginning of fall, and that's it. It's dead after the weather breaks. It's a fucking
and
ghost
there are a
town.
lot of people that they live in these places all winter, right? And then they fucking go on vacation for 2 or 3 months, the whole summer. You know, they'll go to Canada or they'll go wherever. And they rent out their place for 2 or 3 months on a weekly basis. All of these towns have these things. But they have things in place to say you can't do this short term. There are laws in place, which is why Airbnb is not very big in a lot of these little towns, because people are already doing it.
Yeah.
And they're doing it legally. The problem is now when somebody wants to come up from the city to go to the walkway, they stay in your bedroom.
Goddamn right.
Now it's an option. It's out there, but it's not legal.
We tried to get
It might be legal in Poughkeepsie, but there are laws that, like, you can't just start up a bed and breakfast, file it for your, EIN
yes, I
number.
can. I did it on my phone.
What I'm saying is if you become an actual bed and breakfast, like, dude, the Department of Health has to come in and check your kitchen to make sure it's fucking safe.
Yeah. And my cleaning products are probably a foot away from my fridge.
Exactly.
Which is,
you subscribe to certain laws when you take on that responsibility. And
Yeah.
nobody's doing that. I mean, personally, I'm on the side of Airbnb. I think I should be able to rent my room out for however long I want to whoever the fuck I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
I think I should be able to. It doesn't change the fact that it's still illegal.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get, whatever.
Dude, it's the same shit, like with the drone, Like, I'm still going to operate the goddamn thing illegally if somebody's going to pay me for it.
I remember having this conversation, not the Airbnb, the drone thing. I'm just saying, like, a general conversation with man, is my mic like really low?
No.
Okay.
Yours is usually too high. Also, by the way, the YouTube stream's really low.
Oh, the
Always. Yeah, if I want to listen to it not in headphones, it has to be turned up all the way, and I can't walk away from it at all. If it's in headphones, I usually have it turned up all the way.
All right, I got to boost it.
Yeah, just to let you know.
Give it the old nudge.
Yeah.
So, I was going through a conversation. I was in a conversation with somebody we know that you're using the tongue.
I'm gonna try.
You're gonna break the tongue.
It's stoneware. It doesn't have enough of an edge. No. Needs a lighter.
I was having a
It's
conversation.
stoneware. This is like the most expensive piece of ceramic in your house beside the vase I made for your wife.
I was having a conversation with a mutual former friend of ours that
Mutual former friend.
yeah.
Someone who I consider a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
He had a goatee. Anyway,
Oh, all right.
in any case, we were having this conversation about people doing the right thing and how I said to him, I don't have faith in people. He's like, "Oh, I do." I'm like, "I don't," because every time anything cool happens, anything that's has a little bit of risk involved, but it would be fine
Like lawn darts.
if you just followed the fucking rules.
It's lawn. Everything is lawn darts.
Yeah, until you start throwing them overhand, they're fine. They're
That's
just
working
fine.
title. Everything is fucking lawn darts.
But once once they start throwing it, and somebody puts an apple on their head, and they get a fucking lawn dart in the dick, and then they sue them because they don't have, they got.
Yeah, and then they sue fucking Mattel or whoever the fuck made the
Yeah,
goddamn lawn dart.
Yeah, they were called jarts, I think.
Jarts?
They no longer have jarts. But funny side story: when I was a kid, my dad had jarts, and I wanted, little kid. I was like, I want to throw one. I want to throw one. I want to throw one. Fine, fucking shut up and throw one, and then you're done.
It's in fucking Uncle Bob's thigh.
First fucking throw, I did the old 45-degree angle, like a little kid, like this, and threw it right into the center of the pool.
It just began to drain.
My dad ran after it and dove into the pool trying to catch it. He saw it happen and he just went. He reacted, tried to catch it, missed it, jumped out of the pool, grabbed his patch kit and a fucking goggles and dove in and patched it. No more lawn darts. But that's the thing.
They're worth money now.
Yes, that's
You
a
can't
good
get 'em.
analogy.
Yeah.
Airbnb, fucking drones,
Electric
skateboards, lawn darts.
Yeah.
Same fucking thing. Everything is lawn
Yeah.
darts.
Well, because
Once somebody fucks around, now you gotta go, okay, you're not allowed to have that anymore.
Yeah.
Everyone's not allowed to have it
Yeah.
anymore because dumbass from fucking
So-
bumfuck wanted
so
to
it's
light
like-
something on fire instead.
it's like I got yelled at again at Dutchess for skateboarding.
How dare you?
This time outside.
How dare you skateboard?
And he was like, it's illegal. I was like, first and foremost, it is not illegal to skateboard anywhere in New York State. And he's like, yes, it is. I was like, no, it is not. It can be against the rules. You can say it's against the rules. You can even tell me if you skateboard again, we will have you removed from the property and you'll have a criminal trespass and you'll not be allowed. Until you do that, it is not illegal. Do not tell a 33-year-old that you are going to take his skateboard away.
Because you're not. You're gonna get hit by
I was like, you can't take my skateboard away. You can kick me out of school if you want. If you want it to go that high, we can do that. But I was like, dude, it's not. I was like, stop saying it's illegal because it's not illegal. You can tell me it's not allowed. I understand it's not allowed. I apologize. I said, I apologize, and picked up my skateboard and started to walk away. You can't.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, well, what about the hoverboards? Those are illegal. I was like, that's different. Those are illegal. Those are illegal. You cannot use in New York State. You can't use them in any public place.
This guy was just making his $15 an hour
But
security
he
guard,
just wanted to be
and he
shitty about it.
and he ran into Adam Patain.
And he was like, well, how come we were allowed to confiscate those? And I was like, because you're talking about kids that live in the dorms. It's not allowed in the dorms. It's like confiscating pot. Like it's different.
Those hoverboard things are illegal?
They're illegal in any illegal for use in any public place in New York.
Oh,
Yeah.
so those assholes going around the mall, they can't do it again anymore.
You cannot use it in any public place. They're fucking dangerous.
So
They're
you can
really
do it,
fucking
So you can do it in
dangerous.
your driveway.
You can do it in your driveway. You can do it on like a street in your neighborhood or whatever. But if you're in a park, you're not allowed to use it. All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, okay.
But the problem is those fucking assholes screwed it up for everybody because now, like me, I want to get a boosted board because it's a great form of transportation. It's good for the environment. It's fucking cheap.
Mm-hmm.
$1,500. If I take the amount of miles that I would put on that thing versus a car, you're talking 5 cents a mile.
Yeah.
Come on, like
It
I
paid-
understand it's kind of expensive, but it's like it'll be fun and I'll use it almost every day when it's nice out.
It'd
So,
pay for
yeah.
itself in a couple
Yeah,
a
it's-
year, a couple
I mean,
years.
like nobody's gonna talk shit about somebody who's gonna buy a $1,500 bicycle that they're gonna use every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, especially something that's gonna last a while and all that. But it's like now that vlog that I watched, the guy was saying he got pulled over by the cops on the West Side Highway on the bike path, right?
Yeah, we watched the video.
Yeah. And they were like, it's illegal. You can't do it. And he's like, all right, well, I'm just going to do it every day anyway. But the thing is, he's also not doing maximum speed on the bike path.
Mhm.
You know, but you can be on a Cervelo full carbon bicycle that'll do 22 miles an hour all day long, and they can't stop you because it's human powered.
Yeah.
But they expect him, because it's an electric vehicle, to ride on the West Side Highway. On the highway where people do 65 miles an hour in Manhattan.
And screech to a grinding
Yeah,
halt to
come
make
on.
a left turn
Yeah,
across
like,
3
that's
lanes.
Stupid. They were like, yeah, if you're going to ride it on here, you got to kick it. I'd be like, all right. Just
Yeah,
with my hand on the fucking little trigger.
not even getting close.
Yeah, come on.
Like it's a bad like.
yeah, it'd be like
80s
Marty on the hoverboard.
Yeah.
Just above the ground. I don't know. And it's just
Oh,
it's stupid.
I want to go back to Boston Spa real quick. We
You want to go back to Boston Spa or you want to take a break and then come back to Boston Spa? Because I got to pee.
if you have to pee,
I have to pee.
we can pee.
Yeah.
But I'm fine.
Not together.
I want stated for the record, I am fine.
You're fine.
I am.
I have to pee.
I've been doing Kegel exercises
Yeah?
a lot. I do have to shit. I'm gonna take a shit because it might.
You're gonna have to change the fucking sign if you're gonna take a shit.
I'm gonna take a shit only because the chances of a story are pretty high.
Yeah.
You know, if I just
Think
take a
it's gonna
piss,
be a wet
you know,
one.
it's not gonna be good. I know that my stomach has been not so good lately. I've been actually considering going back to the doctor.
Yeah.
After my okay, so Adam. I was gonna call you Ad-Doom, like A
That's
period
stupid.
Doom for your, and that's what I said. I
Yeah.
wrote it out and I said that's stupid, and then I went with the chicken snatcher.
Let's get Amy's input on this.
All right, Adam PP.
RyRy doo doo.
All right, we'll be right back. That's the name of the episode.
Okay, I feel like I gotta get that on the Tim Lapse.
I don't know if they're gonna be able to see it. They can't see it. That's the problem.
Well, we can get it on the Tim Lapse.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Why can't they see it? Put the camera in front of it.
Like it's hard to see with the. Oh yeah, put the camera in front of it. Duh.
Not great.
Good, not great. All right, we'll be right back. Anybody watching? Who's watching? Let's check it out. No one's.
gotta leave that up for a little bit, so we can just get it on this. With a little post processing, it might come out.
Little post. That's it?
Huh?
You reached your apex? You got to the point where the gun's got to get unloaded?
No, it's just because I don't want it in here, and you have company, and it's beer 3, so
It's about time. I'm about to finish this whole bottle of wine like a champ. I wish people were. I think we hit our peak.
Yeah.
With the show.
What happened?
As no one's watching, no one's sharing, no one's liking. We're shot. Oh well.
We got to concentrate on guests. All right, let's start it. Are we back on?
No.
No. Let's get back on. I gave out some business cards today to some local kids with bands and stuff. So
I think that's the thing. We got to get the youngsters.
yeah, I think if we really reach out, let's do this on the show. What happened?
Yeah, I forgot to hit record.
All right.
I did hit record.
You did hit record? All right, well, keep it going. Look, this was 5 years ago when you were playing a girl's sport and you fell on your hand.
I broke my hand 5 years ago?
I took that picture 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Share that with me. Share that on my Facebook.
I'm going to share it on the show's page.
There you go. All right. All right. All right. All right.
Jason Fulham still like the post, sir.
Nice.
We still got one fan.
And then there's this.
Did something
Dead
happen?
Radio presents a shit story. From mere moments ago, a shit story. So you remember when I said I had to poop?
Yeah. And you said maybe you'd have a shit story?
I kind of do.
Well, I heard you fall up the stairs.
Well, there was that. I'm wearing flip-flops, and I don't do well in flip-flops. That's why I don't wear flip-flops anymore or outside the house.
Mm-hmm.
I treat my flip-flops like Crocs. Anyhow.
Just house shoes that you look fucking retarded in.
Yes. House shoes that I look retarded in. So, I'm doing this Eddie Vedder style from now. No. So I sit down in the bowl, and the upstairs bathroom isn't as comfortable as the downstairs bathroom, because the downstairs bathroom, if you pull the shower curtain, you can put your feet up on the tub. So you create your own squatty potty. So you get that angle where the shit just flies out like a bazooka, like one of those water guns that you fill up and pump out in one giant stream. Yeah. Well, not upstairs. Upstairs it's kind of tricky. You bang your forehead against the wall when you're pulling your pants down. It's a very small bathroom. Mm-hmm. That's neither here nor there. I sit down, and you know that feeling you get where you go, I have to shit, but then you sit down and you go, nope, I just have to fart.
Yeah.
I farted, but it was like one of those, if I farted before we took a break, I would have had to cancel the show and throw out this chair kind of fart. So, yeah. So it just, it was bad. It was quick and it was painful. And it came out like taco meat.
So, okay, so wait, it was more than a fart?
It was more than a fart.
Uh-huh.
A little bit more than a fart. It was like taco, like, you know, like, it was like if you got just one of those 99-cent crunchy tacos from Taco Bell, took the lettuce and cheese out, and then emptied out the meat into the toilet. That's what it looked like.
Okay.
So that's pretty much it. There's not much else to it. It's a shit story. It's a story about my shit. But I guess I'm banging my head against the wall when I pulled up my pants. You don't realize how close it is, and
I'm trying to share this, and it won't work.
You can't share your memory.
I'm trying.
You know what was Facebook's a cocksucker with those things. You want to know why? You know what came up a couple days ago?
Your dead dog.
A picture of my dead dog in her cone when she had her surgery on her foot. It was so depressing.
I can imagine.
Piece of shit. Oh,
okay, I don't know what's happening.
And another.
It's not working. I hate this.
And another thing. Back to Ballston Spa.
Uh-huh.
I say Ballston Spa, but it was mostly Saratoga Springs that we hung out in. Went to a bar. It was a brewery called Druthers Brewing Company, and they're very, very, very accommodating to gluten-free people to a point where I'd go there every fucking weekend.
Mm-hmm.
They had 9-pin on tap, 9-pin cider.
Okay.
Which is fantastic. Listen to this burger that I got.
Okay.
Regular, grass-fed. Oh, that's another thing. It's all locally sourced food and everything like that.
Cool.
So grass-fed, locally sourced beef with beautiful bacon. Beautiful, crispy, thick bacon with peanut butter and red onion jelly.
Sounds great.
It was delicious.
Yeah.
It was fucking delicious.
Aside from the gluten-free roll that it was probably on.
It was gluten-free bread. Actually, the gluten-free bread wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was able to eat it.
If that was on
and enjoy it.
If that was on not gluten-free bread, I bet you'd be better.
You know what? It was probably on some fancy piece of brioche or whatever the fuck. But I really want to figure that out. Like a red onion jam.
Yeah,
I don't know how you make that,
I've never had red onion jam.
It was sweet.
But I have had a peanut butter and jelly grilled cheese with bacon.
That's about the same thing, right?
It was
Minus
awesome.
sans beef.
Sans beef, yeah. But that was at the Queen's Kickshaw in Queens.
The Queen's Kickshaw?
Yeah, it's like a bluegrass bar.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Ben, the sexiest man alive.
Oh,
There.
he's so sexy.
Hey, you know he plays the fiddle, right?
Yeah, he's a beautiful man. I haven't seen him
But
in
he
forever.
played there, and I drank between me and everyone else there that was trying it, we drank 5 bottles of Bird's Eye Chili mead from South Africa.
Ah,
fucking amazing. Yeah, I can't remember the name.
Chili mead?
Yeah, it's it's infused with Bird's Eye chili.
It's
it's a little spicy. It's a South African chili pepper. Yeah, I'm sure you can find it. It's a South African mead company. They make a really, really dry mead, and then they make this chili mead. And I was drinking it by the glass, and the bartender was like, dude, so you've had 5 glasses. You're much better off just buying the bottle if you're going to keep doing that. So we bought 5 bottles of this stuff.
Bird's Eye Chili is a Thai chili pepper.
Right.
Similar looking chili derived from the species capsicum. Oh, God, Jesus Christ. I just want to know what's...
Type in Bird's Eye Chili mead. Forget about it.
Oh, here you go. Scoville scale. 100,000 to 225,000. So that's
goddamn hot.
Yeah, it's a super hot one.
Yeah.
What was it? What's
Just
it called again?
type in Bird's Eye Chili mead South Africa.
Bird's Eye Chili mead.
Equalika. That's it.
Ikalika?
Yeah.
IQHILIKA. Mead. From the Makana Meadery. Ugh.
Yeah, South African.
Shock to the senses. African bird's eye chili or habanero chili lends its interesting wooded nose to the mead, which is entirely overwhelmed by the first sip, which clears the sinuses in a way similar to that eating half a cup of wasabi with a sushi roll. Jesus Christ,
It's not that hot.
Yeah.
They're fucking blowing it away.
Here's
out
the
of
thing
proportion.
I've noticed.
This
People-
is this is Beer Advocate. Who was this? Go on.
Ratebeer.com.
Oh, I don't know this one.
People who don't who don't like spicy or don't go crave it. I crave it now.
Yeah. Well, the comparison to wasabi is very good because it's not a lasting heat. It's not something that's going to burn your mouth. It's like quick.
But whoever
They sell this at Viscount. I'm going to go get some for next week.
yeah.
It's like $40 though.
Ooh.
Yeah. Here in the city, you can get it in a fucking like $25 at a wine shop.
But the guy says eating a half a cup of wasabi, you'd die.
yeah, so
You'd
4 ounces of wasabi,
You'd choke
fucking 8 times what they give you at any restaurant for a whole meal.
Yeah, you'd choke and
Yeah,
die.
he's a fucking idiot.
So, but, I'm sure it clears up your sinuses,
Yeah.
sure, but it's a different, I think people who do hot more often
Mhm.
are able to cope with it. Obviously, you build up a
Yeah.
tolerance and everything like that. But now it's gotten to the point where I crave spice.
Mhm.
Like where I'll, we'll either go out or we'll cook in and I'll just be dumping chili flake or red chili paste or whatever the hell, where I'm like, my body needs spice. But people who don't have it a lot can't deal with it. So they
this
they
guy's a
blow
fucking
shit out of
idiot.
proportion here. So it's a chili mead. And if you don't
Yeah.
know what a mead is a honey wine.
Yeah. So, but their regular meat is just dry. It's very good.
Yeah.
It's a little pricey, but anyway, it wasn't that expensive at this place. I was very surprised, actually.
How long has it been since you made mead?
2 or 3 years, probably.
That
I just haven't
ras-
had time.
You gotta make that raspberry mead again.
Well, we gotta. The big thing is, it's not raspberries. It's New York wild sour berries. They're raspberries, but they're wild raspberries.
Yeah.
So that was the big thing. I tried to make it with normal cultured raspberries that you get at the store, and it sucked. It was terrible. It tasted like fucking shitty rosé. It was fucking garbage.
Oh.
Yeah, it tasted terrible. So you got to do it with the sour berries because they're lower in sugar, and it's also sugar that the yeast has a lot more trouble eating, so some of the sweetness stays.
Mm-hmm.
So it's August. We just have to be on the ball first week in August to go pick raspberries, and we can do it.
All right.
So
We planted a raspberry bush. It's
Yeah.
absolutely not going to be ready.
no,
but eventually.
it takes like 3 years.
Yeah. But eventually.
Our blackberries should be good this year if the deer don't get in the backyard.
cocksuckers.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot them all.
That stupid fucking thing I built out back with the 4-foot,
Mhm.
critter fence with the raised beds.
Yeah.
They haven't touched it.
A big thing is that it's smaller. They're not going to jump into it because it's smaller.
Well, what Brooke did was she put potted plants in the gaps where you can
Yeah.
walk through.
yeah.
She put potted plants in
Yeah.
there.
The more you can do, from what I've read, and I tried to do this, but the chickens, since they were free range, wound up killing almost all the blackberry plants. They just ate the whole, everything leafy and green in the whole backyard that they could get a hand on. They just ate it all. So most of our blackberry bushes are coming back this year. So hopefully next year we'll get a harvest because I have them penned in a little bit more now.
I'm waiting.
But
I'm waiting
from-
for the day. Oh, sorry.
from what I had read, if you have a shorter fence, if you just put something a couple feet in from the fence, they'll look at it and go, I can't clear that. And they won't jump it.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm waiting for the
yeah.
day where some yearling or a fawn jumps in there and can't get out.
Mhm.
And
And
have
you go fucking tomahawk it in the head.
Nice. Absolutely. A nice piece of veal.
I could just see that. You just walking out like, this is going to be awesome. And then you're like, oh, man. I don't think you could do it. It's a lot harder. It's like the groundhogs in the cage. Can't shoot them. I just can't do it.
Yeah. You can't, fish in a barrel type
Yeah,
thing.
just-
It's,
I
well,
couldn't,
fish.
couldn't
I
fucking do it. I have no problem shooting them out of my bedroom window with a 22 in the city of Poughkeepsie. No problem whatsoever doing that.
But when
in a
it's,
cage, I can't fucking do it.
that's why.
And
yeah.
Amy keeps naming them when they're in the cages.
Is This is Herbert.
No, it was Normand.
Normand with a D.
No, I think it was just Norman. It was Norman. Get that later again. To open my beer. I don't smoke because I'm not an idiot. Anyway.
You want to watch a trailer?
To what?
Well, I'll explain. Finding
That would be a really good thing for the soundboard from Princess Bride. Let me explain. No, it's too much. Let me sum up. That'd be really good for the soundboard. Just so you know.
Write that down.
Yeah.
So,
I'm just gonna write explain.
So in California, the movie, to preface, Finding Dory.
Yeah.
The sequel to Finding Nemo, only 10
Where
years
everyone in the world is aware.
later. That's playing in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
In California, they...
You said California wrong. You have to do it in an Arnold.
California.
Yeah, there you go.
In California, they played a trailer for another cartoon movie, and it's called Sausage Party.
Oh, God.
And they kind of they fucked this up. Hang on. Let me get this fucking thing over here. I happen to find this very funny. I watched it myself. This is what they played before Finding Dory. Any day now.
Welcome, shoppers.
Ketchup, mustard, sausages and buns.
This is a Pixar style movie.
So they want to go home and get eaten? Seth Rogen as a hot dog.
All right, so it's about food. Food wants to come home. They think that it's an honor to be bought from the store and taken home with you, because food doesn't know any better. They're very dumb.
We've been chosen together.
Hey, Brenda, you and me.
I'm so happy the
It's a hot dog and a bun. Get it?
Because we belong together.
She looks like a fucking
we were
vagina.
made for each other.
Get ready, boys!
Feels amazing.
Oh, yes. I'm the first to enter eternity.
Oh, potato!
Little racist. Potato with an Irish
he's
accent.
Irish, It's not racist because Irish people are white.
Pipes are coming. Oh, Jesus, fuck! Oh,
You said fuck?
She's peeling me fucking stuff! Fuck!
Oops.
They're eating children! Fucking children!
So, you have learned the terrible truth.
I gotta tell everyone.
No one will believe you.
I have to try. Everyone will die otherwise.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Fuck me, right?
Shake with your
Run for your fucking lives!
I don't want to watch the whole thing because I don't want to give away the whole movie. But I
Yeah, it's going to tell you the whole movie in the goddamn preview, isn't it?
you see that shit? It'll fuck you up for life. Good luck. Have fun.
Can you pause that? The fucking Oreo wandering around as it's like
the
and he
scene-
picks up the back. Yeah, it's supposed to be in Saving Private Ryan where the guy picks up his arm.
He picks up the
But it's an
back-
Oreo and he picks up his back, like the back half of the Oreo.
cookie.
Oh my-
It's
I
called-
can't wait to fucking see this.
It's called Sausage Party. In YouTube, type in Sausage Party official Red Band trailer.
don't
looks-
just type in sausage party because
It-
you might get some awful things.
It looks fucking
I can't wait to see
amazing.
this. Yeah, but they definitely shouldn't have played that before Finding Dory.
That was the
I
point.
can see the confusion. I can see how that would happen.
I saw the article.
But how is it that that's not rated R?
It is.
Yeah.
It is rated R. It just got somebody fucked up somewhere, you know? And then Seth Rogen tweeted,
said this made my day.
This made my day with a link to the local news story about the error.
Oh my God, that's awesome. I'm so happy. It was caught soon, but not until the trailer played. It's fucking great. I love it.
What the fuck? When you first hear that
Yeah.
fuck word come out of this Pixar-looking potato, it's...
That's great.
Well, they had another...
They're eating children.
There was another movie. It was Nick Swardson. God damn it! And I watched it. It was really funny, but it was, kind of half put together. Hold on. A moment of silence for Jason Fulham.
Yeah, he's the only one that
who liked the page. Hell and Back is the name of the movie. It's a claymation. It's a claymation It's a R-rated claymation cartoon.
Okay.
Very similar to this type of thing. It was really good. I think it's on Netflix. Check it out. It's fun. But this adult cartoon shit is right up my alley because
it's fucking great.
Brooke loves the animated Pixar shit.
I remember you talking about box trolls.
Box trolls.
She's fucking sleeping on the couch. And you're like, this is amazing.
I typically hate these animated movies, but she has a knack for picking pretty good ones.
I was going through Netflix last night trying to find something for like an hour, of course, like I always do.
I just go to Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I've just seen them all too many times. Anyway. So I was looking for something. Do you remember it's like the Mighty
Bebe's Kids?
No, it's a toaster. It's a movie about a toaster.
And a lamp?
And a vacuum cleaner.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Brave Little Toaster.
The Brave Little Toaster. They do not have the original on Netflix, but they made The Brave Little Toaster Goes to Mars. And now this came out in it came out in the 90s. This is so old at this point.
It came out after The Brave Little Toaster?
Yeah, that came out in the late 80s.
I remember watching The Brave Little Toaster as a kid and saying, this is the greatest fucking thing ever. Because it was sad, too. It was like a sad
because
movie.
if the family moved and they're like, we're not taking all this garbage. And then they fucking figure out a way to get there. And they're like, why is this garbage here?
It was Homeward Bound with appliances.
Yeah. And then they fucking arrive and the family's like, why is this garbage here? Why did you pack this? I thought we were going to leave this garbage at the old house.
Happy ending.
And then they go to Mars for some reason. I don't fucking know.
Mars. The Brave Little Toaster. That's like that's like an American Tale.
Yeah, it's all the same story. It's just with appliances for some reason.
American Tale, I watched it as a kid, and I remember going, I don't ever want to watch this again. It's too sad.
Yeah.
I remember feeling
sad.
so depressed during that movie.
Makes you feel like shit.
Like, the depression was too much for the ending to fix.
Yeah. It's all an allegory for Irish immigrants.
I know.
Yeah.
Russian.
Russian? Oh, yeah.
They were Russian
in
that one.
Yeah.
Russian in that. Oh, and speaking of, like, nostalgic shit, like the Brave Little Toaster, Crystal Pepsi.
The Brave Little Toaster.
The Brave Little Toaster. Crystal Pepsi is coming back.
Why the fuck? What? It was a complete... I guess hipsters will fucking love it, though.
I'm going to drink that shit.
Hipsters will love it.
Ecto Cooler's back, and now Crystal Pepsi. Right now. Hey! Thank you, Van Halen, for giving us the Crystal Pepsi song.
That's what it's called now. Yeah, I mean, I could see it happening. If they did it... Okay, if they did Crystal Pepsi with pure cane sugar... Hipsters would eat that shit up. They would
Absolutely.
love it.
Or drink that shit up. One of the two.
Mess up that beautiful face.
What is happening? Last December, Pepsi gave away a limited number of bottles of Crystal Pepsi via sweepstakes on the Pepsi Pass app. But now the soda will be available to purchase for the first time since Bill Clinton was president.
Oh my God. It doesn't feel like that long ago, and I know that it was.
To further appeal to the 90s kids this is kind of awesome, eager to binge on nostalgia, the company will release an online video game called the Crystal Pepsi Trail.
Oh my God.
Spin on the popular
That's
90s computer game, the Oregon Trail.
That's gone too far. I have lime green sunglasses, and that's gone too far.
Okay, you can't take those off for the rest of the show.
It's gone too far.
That should be your staple.
Yeah. Okay.
Adam's Weekly Neon.
So we were at the bike rally, and I was saying I had the orange sunglasses on, and I was saying how I want the same sunglasses but this color.
Mm-hmm.
And literally, I went to the bathroom and came back, and my dad was wearing a pair. Like they found them in a booth, and I didn't even notice at all. Like we're having a full conversation, I didn't notice at all.
Oh, my dad's a hipster now. Good.
No, but it didn't even register. He was just wearing them, and Mary Beth's like, he's not going to notice. So they got me these, and I'm glad they got me because it was a joke gift, but they're just terrible sunglasses. They're like,
because the orange ones aren't.
No,
quality?
I mean, yeah, way higher quality. Those were
Really?
those were $20 sunglasses,
Stop it.
and these I would say were probably $2 sunglasses, but he probably paid $12 for them.
Oh, 12.
Yeah, they're like feel them. They're just super cheap. Yeah, and they scratched like instantly, and I tried to wear them on the motorcycle, and they're just the wrong shape.
Do I pull it off?
I don't know. Well, it's the fucking Tim lapse, dude. You got to leave it on for like at least 45 seconds for you to see anything.
Okay. Well, I'm going to leave them on.
All right. That's
With your
fine.
permission, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
For the show.
Great. For the show. Do you know where I can get Oregon Trail 3? Very specific.
I don't know.
I need that
I'm
game.
sure on a torrent site.
I tried looking. It's not. Oregon Trail 1 and 2 are pretty easy to find, but Oregon Trail 3 was the cool one where you could shoot, like physically shoot the, it was like a target, kind of like Call of Duty type, shoot the animals.
Okay, so yeah, I never played that.
That
that is well beyond the technology of what I played in elementary school, because when I played Oregon Trail, it was on a floppy disk, not a 3.5 millimeter floppy disk. A fucking 20 millimeter floppy disk,
Yes.
one of the big,
Yes.
actually
yes,
floppy
yes,
ones.
I played that one. Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
but
the third one, which was like a CD-ROM.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
The third one.
that's what I'm talking about.
Never tried that, because the one that I remember playing, I played it at Chief Road Elementary School. It was in computer class, and the teacher's name was Mrs. Mars, and she lived 2 blocks away from my house, actually, which was funny.
Was it funny?
No, it was just funny to me. I thought it was great when I was 7. I was like, "That's Mrs. Mars's house."
She lives next to me.
Yeah. But it was on a giant floppy disk, like a real floppy disk, not a floppy disk, and you had to put the thing in the giant drive. The drive was about this wide, and it was like DOS prompt.
I remember playing Oregon Trail 3 at my cousin's house, and I was done playing. Like he had the faster computer as we were growing up.
Yeah.
He always had like the better
So it
shit.
had like 256 RAM.
Yeah, exactly. He had the better computer. So I would go over there, we'd hang out, and I'd end up on the computer while him and Kyle would go light shit on fire in the back. Yeah, I just, I liked video games. I'm a fucking nerd. Well, what are you going to do? And I saved my game, and Kurt was looking over my shoulder when I did it, and it, it comes up, what would you like to save it as? And I just wrote shit. I must have been 12 or 13, whatever, and I hit enter, and he went, no! And it just saved it, right?
Uh-huh.
And I didn't see where it went or whatever, but apparently it created like a folder on the desktop that said shit.
Wow.
My aunt got kind of annoyed at that. She actually like picked up the phone and fucking called me.
Yeah.
Did you save a file called shit? Yes.
What's a file?
Yes,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, I'm really sorry. A folder. Anyway.
Yeah.
My shit.
Have you watched Mr. Robot yet?
Chris Warner turned me on to.
We talked about it last week.
I watched the first episode. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm so sucked into it. I'm gonna get totally caught up, and that
I want to become a hacker now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get Linux, and I'm gonna learn it, and I'm gonna be a professional hacker.
Linux.
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 I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna get Linux.
I'm gonna get that Linux, in that Linux. I'm gonna nux it up. I'm gonna hack into the Pentagon.
It's a fucking great show.
It's great, and from what Chris from what Chris tells me, he's part of that world.
True to
he said someone did their research.
Yeah.
And what's that guy's Remy Malik? I think his name is
the main character.
Yeah, he's fucking great once you figure out what his deal is.
He plays King Tut in the Night at the Museum movies.
King Tut buried with a donkey. About 10 minutes into the show, Brooke goes, "Oh, he's autistic or Asperger's or on the spectrum." And I went, "Ah." But when Chris told me what the show was about, he was like, "It's Fight Club with hacking," and I went, "That doesn't make any sense." It's
great,
perfect sense. Oh, we could turn this back to you. This is going to be very me heavy.
No, it's gone all the way around a couple of times.
Has it?
Yeah. Well, we took out all of this, pretty much.
Whatever. In any case,
it's fine.
Yeah, the show is fucking great. Anybody who's into like, it's kind of like very, very technical. Hacker type espionage.
The thing that I love the most, I think
I'm only on the first episode, so I don't know what the rest.
I think the thing that I like the most, my favorite part of the show, little caveat to the show, is that the company is called Evil Corp because it's from his perspective. They kind of explain it in the first episode,
very
but
quickly.
then it's just seamless. Every time someone says the name of the company, he hears it as Evil Corp. He sees it as Evil Corp. The company is called Evil Corp to him.
Yeah.
But
I don't know the actual name of it.
They don't say it. They never say it. But he acknowledges it very slightly in the first episode where he says, "When I see that name, all I see is Evil Corp." And then that's it. It's Evil Corp from then on. Every character in the show says Evil Corp. I even like subtitle because I usually watch that show when Amy's asleep. So I put the subtitles on and I put the volume pretty low. So yeah, I've watched almost the whole series in subtitles. You done?
Yeah.
Can't do it anymore?
I can't do it. Those are terrible sunglasses.
I know. They're awful.
They like make my eyes hurt like I'm wearing a pair of fucking prescription ones.
They're very cheap.
Nice catch.
Yeah, they're very cheap. I almost spilled my beer is what I was talking about. Almost went down that cord hole.
I'm only on the first episode. I'm very interested to keep going only because I just keep constantly second guessing whether or not what he's seeing is real or in his head.
Let's go with it is, as far as I know. So if that's like, because I don't think that's part of something you got to figure out. I think it's just it is.
Because
I don't want to fucking wear these.
at first, Brooke was like, "Oh, he has Asperger's or something." I said, "Yeah, he probably has Asperger's." I'm like, "He's also paranoid and a schizophrenic and personality disorder, leaning on the edge of."
I think that you want to feel like that. He has some sort of like Asperger or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not crazy.
Delicious Asperger's.
Yeah. I do think that they were playing with that idea, and then halfway through the first season they threw it out.
Really?
Yeah. So I think you're valid in thinking that. There are certain things that they stopped doing. I'm like episode 7 right now. And there are certain things that they did in episode 2 and 3 that they've just thrown the fuck out.
My face is actually hot now.
Yeah? Are you angry?
Yeah. Because he's a compelling character.
But
I don't give a shit that he's a little mentally off.
No, but it could be that they're playing with it. It could be that it'll come back. I don't really know.
God damn, that kind of annoys me.
Well, the whole thing, this show, again, is Mr. Nobody. It plays on USA. You can watch it.
Mr. Robot.
Mr. Robot. That's a different movie.
Mr. Nobody is
a terrible movie with Jared Leto.
Okay, good. I'll take it off my watch list.
It's terrible.
I've been hovering on that one for a little while now.
Mr. Robot is a show on USA with you know his name. Did you say his name earlier?
Remy Malik, I believe is his name.
And that other guy who's from
Christian Slater. God damn right, from Broken Arrow.
Yeah. Not from Broken Arrow.
Yes, from Broken Arrow.
He was in Broken Arrow, but that's not where Christian Slater is from.
Rami Malek. Rami Malek.
No, I'm thinking of Heathers. Like I think of Christian Slater from Heathers, and there was an there was an episode not giving anything away where he was holding a gun in someone's face, and all I could think about was him like that shot from Heathers with the giant 44 Magnum pointed in that kid's face in the high school cafeteria. All I could think of.
What was the other movie with the hooker and Christopher Walken? You are half eggplant.
True Romance.
True Romance.
Yeah.
Fuck me. What a great goddamn movie.
Great
I only
movie.
saw that like a year or two ago.
Oh yeah, wow, it's a great one.
Fantastic.
Very good one.
Anyway, but yeah, Christian Slater's in it.
Yeah. So
far,
it's about hackers, and they're clandestine hackers. They're supposed to be anonymous. That's the point.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be anonymous, which everyone's heard of. But they're trying to do what they did in Fight Club, which is erase the debt record.
Yeah.
For almost everyone.
And
yeah.
When he was just like, our money hasn't meant anything since we've been off the gold standard. I immediately was in when he said that.
You just got a hipster boner right there.
Dude, I've been parading that shit around for a while.
Money, but no.
Ever since
I get that. It's all fake, and it should be. It should be. This should have a value based on what you make.
I'm softening my stance on that.
The more people acknowledge the fact that money isn't real, the less inflation will work. That's the thing. The more you acknowledge that once money becomes an hour of my work and not something I hold in my hand, that's when it will become more real and inflation will be
That's
less
kind of what was getting at. I read
you're getting to that now. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I read the
especially because there's always like more gold to find in the world.
There's the book series, the Baroque trilogy by Neil Stephenson, Quicksilver, The Confusion, and The System of the World. It pops up more in The Confusion and The System of the World, but money in it's a hypothetical scenario where somebody finds gold, a certain kind of gold that is more valuable than regular gold, like 25 karat, for instance, and starts making coin and slowly introducing it into the typical slowly integrating it into the economy. So these pieces of gold that you can only...
Don't they remind you of those wheels from that book?
What the fuck? What book?
I just wanted to totally derail you, like the skateboard wheels that can go over grass.
Oh yeah. Neil
these won't do that. But
yeah.
It just, you were talking, I just wanted to show you these. All these do is they help with speed wobbles. That's it.
But in any case, as he's introducing this, he's also releasing propaganda saying that maybe some of your gold coins are worth more than your other gold coins, and throws the whole fucking system off balance because money is only worth what it's worth.
Look at Bitcoin, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody just invented a currency.
Yeah.
They just invented it and it took off.
It's doing well.
Yeah.
So, but that's always been my biggest, like, I'm not much of a conspiracy guy or whatever the fuck, but I am big into, like, money and how it's treated and how people...
It's all just perception. I mean, it's the same as fucking It's a Wonderful Life. You know, that microcosm, that moment where everyone...
Merry Christmas, movie house!
That's
Sorry.
Can you... You do a much better impression, so now I don't have to do it. So
I'll put a lasso around the sun. I'll pull it down.
We've discovered a hidden talent of Ryan's.
Oh, I'm really good at Jimmy Stewart.
Okay, so
Jimmy
the whole
Stewart.
part where he goes, "Your money's in Bill's house." Can you do that part?
I don't remember the line. I haven't watched it in a while.
It's a savings and loan, you know. So the money goes in and then the money goes out to make more money for everyone.
Yes.
That's the whole point. investing in your community and in your culture and in your life, in your dollar.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's all about. It's not going to work on the world stage. At some point it's going to break down. And I don't think it's going to break down in the way that people are worried about. I think it's going to break down in a way where no one knows what cash is anymore. So if you're in China, it costs this much. If you're in the United States, it costs this much. If you're in Italy, it costs this much. And that's going to be an exchange rate, in air quotes, is what I'm doing. That's going to be an exchange rate for a while, but then it's just going to be that country is more expensive. Yeah. Nothing's going to matter because no one's going to fucking carry cash. We were saying this in the 90s, nobody's going to carry cash in 10 years. We were saying that, but it's carried over. It's still kind of convenient sometimes, and especially because we are worried about, like, today the fucking power went out. You know, the only reason that we were able.
Good thing I got my gold coins buried in the yard.
Yeah. well, today the power went out. The power went out. That's not that big a deal. We were still able to take credit cards, but only because we used Square on iPads.
Because they use data and not Wi-Fi?
No, not even that. You swipe it, and the iPad saves it, and then it runs it when it gets internet connection again. So that's the only reason we really take. If we had a real cash register, we would have. Sorry, cash only.
And
we would have had to do it on a calculator. We'd had to write it down. You know, I had people like, oh, well, I could do cash if it's easier. I was like, it's no difference at all. I'm going to run it through the same thing, and it's going to be on the same report. It doesn't make a difference.
And this sweeps back to Mr. Robot, where and Chris, he's big.
Where you can make cash disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Chris was talking about. He was talking about, hacking and just explaining everything. Then the system, it's incredibly interesting to the point where I feel like I missed the boat on something I would be good. I don't want to say I would be good at, but something I would put time into.
So just take a programming class. Like it's not that big a deal. Just get the bottle opener.
I actually bottle opener lighter.
It's the bottle opener now.
I probably should take my what is it? C++?
I don't.
Yeah, C++ is programming or whatever the hell, and just get into it a little bit more. But I don't know. Can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Sure you can. They did Mythbusters.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
They also did ducks.
Yeah.
Not did them. They used them in an experiment. Every time I get into a traffic jam, I think of fucking Mythbusters, and it makes me want to murder people.
Yeah, some douchebag tapped their brakes because they fucking...
Yeah, some fucking nervous Nelly went, okay. And it creates 15 minutes of fucking delay. Cunts!
Well,
what do you
want
think?
to talk about these cool wheels? I want to get some.
Now, they're rectangular.
No, they're round. They just look rectangular in the picture because of the shape. It's an optical illusion.
Motherfucker, those look rectangular.
I know they do. They do. It's an optical illusion. Why are you farting?
I hope the mic picked that up because that was a good one. I had to let it out. Like I normally would hold it.
So it's imagine if you took a cylinder. Bosh. Look at me. Imagine if you took a cylinder this wide, right?
He's holding his hands out about a foot, ladies and gentlemen.
And then as it was spinning, you cut it like this. So the surface that touches the ground is round. It's still spinning like a cylinder, but the surface area is doing this.
Very quickly and shifting back and forth.
Yeah. So
that's interesting.
These are like these crazy hybrid like longboard midboard wheels that people are using now. They're taking these and putting them on short skateboards.
Did you just say midboard?
Yeah, a midboard is a nickel like this. It's like 27 inches and up, whereas a longboard is 36 inches and up. So, yeah, it's that's a cruising board, not a trick board. And there's fucking shit all over it because I rode here in the rain. There's like fucking leaves and like just
yeah.
That's all the crap from your road. They're putting them on boards that are this long. So that's not a very long. The longer the board, the more stable you are. It's like a surfboard. It's the same principles throughout the whole thing. If you're on a short surfboard, it's harder to ride because it'll get out from under you. A longer board's more stable. Same idea with longboards. So they put these wheels on here onto a shorter board, and you can go faster without it wobbling. Because it's the same idea as... It's kind of like when you're on one of these things, if you're going down a huge hill, you get those speed wobbles.
Yeah.
And then you fucking die. If you carve the whole way, it stays stable.
But you lose
pushing.
But you lose speed.
You kind of want to lose speed. That's the whole idea, but it's that you're pushing back and forth.
Yeah.
It stabilizes it. It's almost like a sail or like a tail fin on a plane.
Yeah.
It stabilizes it. If you get this slight back and forth, you can go straight without getting crazy. So they made these wheels kind of wobbly, and they put them on short skateboards, and people are doing fucking 30 miles an hour down hills in California. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
these
that's
guys
cool.
are on a skateboard that short are carving down like huge mountains at 30 miles an hour. I'll never fucking do that. Never fucking do. I'm not fucking doing that. But I would love to have something that I could do 10 miles an hour and not get speed wobbles and crash. I'm terrible on a skateboard. I love it though. I'm very excited.
I want to get one because I liked, like part of me, I want to get the longboard only because I like surfing.
I broke my longboard.
I love surfing. How'd you break it?
It's just cheap.
Oh.
I was carving pretty hard going down, just riding down my street. You know, I put, you remember how Kyle was saying, we'll put these wheels on it. Remember that? So I did that. So these green wheels now came off my little board, which I put the light up wheels on. So I bought, I went into Zoomies and I was like, can I have the fastest bearings you have? Fastest ones you have.
ABEX 7s.
No.
ABEX 52s?
These had ABEX 7s in them, and they weren't that fast. And I was hearing that ABEX 7s were very good, but like out of the box pretty good. So I went into Zoomies, and I was like, what are the fastest bearings you have? Because I wanted to put the ABEX 7s off of this onto my longboard.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, we got these, but these are like $70. I was like, no. That's more than the whole skateboard cost. I'm not doing that. He's like, well... If you want the fastest bearings for the price, these ones are like $30. So I put those on this.
ABEX.
No, they're like some other. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. So this thing's stupid fast now.
This is only funny to me because as a kid with
was all
rollerblades, it was all about
the
the ABEX rating.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it means. Let's look it up.
So anyway, this board came with ABEX 7s. These are faster than that. I don't know what they are. I don't know. Like, it's just some whatever brand from Zoomies that was $30. He's like, this is the fastest ones I know for under $50. So I got those. So I took the black wheels off of this skateboard with the ABEX 7s and put them on the longboard, and it was like a totally different animal. I was like, this is fucking awesome. I'm going to ride this all the time. And then I was like, me and Amy were riding down the road, and I just hear like crack as I was carving real hard. And I was like, I can never trust this thing.
Oh, so you didn't eat shit or anything?
No. I just heard a huge crack.
Oh.
So, but it's a $60. It's like a $60 longboard off of Amazon. It's not. There's nothing quality on it at all.
Yeah.
So I could replace the deck, but then I was like, so now I'm going to spend $60 on a good deck and put it on these shit trucks that came on the shit longboard that I've now put good bearings and wheels on. Why not just build a new one? So I took the wheels back off it. I put the crappy wheels back on that one. I'm gonna hang it on the fucking wall. It's a sticker repository now.
Yeah. Now it's a hipster art decoration.
Yeah. But I know the deck is cracked. I can never trust it.
Your metamorphosis is just it's beautiful to me. Every week you come in, we don't talk at all. Yeah. From Friday to Friday we don't talk.
But I don't think it's I don't know if the skateboard thing is all that hipster. The sunglasses are crazy hipster. Like crazy hipster. But the skateboarding thing, I used to skateboard and I loved it, dude, I cannot do anything on a skateboard now. It's terrible. I used to be like kind of okay for the average high school kid in the 90s. I was kind of okay.
That's fucking terrible.
Yeah. Well, I can ollie again.
Kyle was the
Yeah,
skateboarder.
I can ollie again, but only barely. And I've also ruined all my $12 shoes from Kmart from practicing ollieing.
Because you slide up the grip tape and you just rub the shit raw. Ah, fuck yeah. All right.
Like, my fucking pinky toe is going to come through this shoe.
Kyle
That was from like 2 hours of practicing.
Kyle was a skateboarder, and I was the rollerblader because I like to eat. I like to lick the tip of penises. I like to lick it. So I put rollerblades.
You just want to be
on.
that kid from Dogma so bad.
I want to be that kid from Airborne. That's what I wanted to be. You remember that movie?
No.
You've never seen Airborne?
The fuck is that?
Oh my god! I gotta pull up the key. I gotta
pee. I don't want to do this.
No. You and your bladder, you have to practice your Kegel.
I've had 4 beers. Well, you had a whole bottle of wine.
This is a very... Did you? Hold on. Let's watch the Airborne trailer.
The fuck is this?
It's like a 90s movie.
Let me tell you what styling is.
Oh my
god. Perfect session. A-frame wave, ground swell. Spitting out salt water in your face, doing a 360 without a bounce. I call it the consciousness razor.
Mitchell's life was a California dream. Until he woke up in Cincinnati.
What do you think? It's wild, right?
We're just so excited about having you here.
He's a surfer.
It's Seth Green.
It's Seth Green. I believe it's Seth Green's first movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's about a surfer that moves to Cincinnati for a school year because his parents decide to go to Australia on this
Why didn't they bring him? The surfing in Australia is awesome.
That's what he says in the beginning. He's just like, curls and waves and 10 foot, blah, blah, bro, dude, man. And they say, you're not coming. You're going to stay with your cousin in Cincinnati.
Him to meet his friends.
You. Where do I know you from? You used to flush my head in the urinals.
They're an interesting bunch.
I could be Elvis. It's possible.
I really like to sleep, and I like Nintendo.
Oh, yeah.
Jack Black.
Jack Black's first movie, I believe.
Mitchell to feel right at home. And if it wasn't for Nikki...
How are you? You must be getting pretty homesick, huh?
Not right now.
He'd have no reason to stay.
Man, I'm gonna throw up.
For the next 6 months, his days of sun, sand, and surf have been put on ice.
See you in school.
In a city where no one understands him.
I need traffic, smog, heat waves.
Who would have thought he'd become a hero by doing what he does best?
Been challenged by the preps to a little skating race. We thought maybe you'd, want to skate on our team.
No. He has one chance to prove himself.
Skates down Devil's Backbone.
Final race to win.
That's fucking terrible.
And he's the one who has what it takes to put them over the top. Airborne.
All right,
so when you were rollerblading, were you able to jump over a car?
I was not, but
because I feel like if you were wearing rollerblades, it would be harder to jump over a car.
Then
right? Because
no.
Okay, because like
actually, it's hard to jump on rollerblades.
That's what I'm saying. So you have rollerblades on, which weigh more than your normal shoes, and I really don't feel like anyone could jump to the roof of a car, and yet he jumped over a whole car.
A whole car.
Yeah, he
the
jumped
whole thing,
like
the length
nose to tail, jumped over the whole car.
There's more momentum versus the car.
But I get the
momentum.
I get the momentum thing. So if the car's doing 60 miles an hour and he jumped up in the air and the car went under him, that would all work.
And the car was traveling
is
to
not
Cincinnati.
The length is he's in Cincinnati.
He was traveling to California.
How long until you reach Poughkeepsie? But just the jumping 5.5 feet straight up in the air is just no.
Yeah.
It's just a hard no.
Well,
absolutely not.
This movie, see, the trailer is terrible. The movie is actually
the movie's good. Okay.
It's better than the trailer, but not like It's not a good movie, but it's better than the trailer makes it out to be.
Yeah.
But that's what I was trying to be.
You're trying to be that guy.
I was trying to be that guy.
Similar haircut too.
Yeah. Yeah. Touche. Oh,
Yeah.
shit. I'm allowed to say it once, right?
You can say it as many times as you want. We just pointed it out, so you're gonna feel bad about it. I think.
Yeah, mission accomplished. So, yeah, if you haven't seen Airborne, check it out. It's really good. Anyway, yes?
I have to pee, so I think this was a good show.
I think so,
I think we went like almost 2 hours, didn't we?
I think we did a complete 180.
Yeah.
Going back to skateboarding and rollerblading and all.
I'm happy about that because, dude, I started watching like that vlog where that guy he's 34, the guy, and I was like, I love his videos. I always wanted to be a videographer, and I was like, why the fuck did I stop skateboarding? Yeah, he's just like a dude, lives in New York City, he's in his mid-30s, and he's still skateboarding.
I'm
I was
talking
like,
about
what the fuck?
I'm talking about the show.
Oh, the show? I don't care about the show.
And here we go.
No, I mean, like I'm trying to have fun again. You know, like I feel like I got so like wanting to. No, I don't do that anymore. That's stupid.
You got to a point where you were starting to look at houses.
I was too serious about my life, but not even that. It's just like as a biker, you want to look like a biker. Look like you're not having fun. That's what it. Dude, I went to the bike rally. I wore fucking zip-off pants and those stupid orange sunglasses with a drone on my backpack. But I got off a Harley just like every other fucking guy. Got off the Harley, unzipped the bottom half of my fucking pants. It was 90 degrees out. I was comfortable as hell. I had a drone on my back, and every single motherfucker there was like, look at this yuppie piece of shit. And yet, I fucking rode 7 hours to get there. I am way more hardcore than most of those people, but I'm having fun, and I'm not fucking trying to be whatever, you know? And I'm finally there. I always thought I was there. But I wasn't.
I'm trying to get there.
You know,
I'm trying to find that gray area where you don't look like, where you look like you're having fun, but you also don't look like a douche. But you also
forget about the douche part.
But you also,
if you look like a douche and you're having fun, it's fine.
Yeah.
Seriously.
All right.
That was what I was having trouble with. That's what I was having trouble with.
Adulting gets in the way.
Yeah, of course it does. So just pick something that you. If it's fucking rollerblades, go get some goddamn rollerblades. I'll skateboard.
I'm gonna get some goddamn rollerblades.
Yeah, I mean, there is no reason not to. You could seriously go to Dick's tomorrow. We'll go look at Dick's tomorrow. We'll get you some rollerblades.
That's right.
You could probably get some good rollerblades now for like $40.
I'm more interested in Dick's.
Let's go look at Dick's tomorrow and get you some rollerblades.
All right, join us on.
All right. Oh, so you're talking about the show, about how I think we hit a lull.
We've been in a lull.
Yeah, yeah.
And maybe it's worth a discussion. I don't know what it is.
Maybe next time. Let's see how we feel about this episode after we listen to it.
All right.
Because I didn't feel good about the last 3, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're hitting that. Like I said, we're just fading out. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's there's not enough going on.
I think that we weren't excited about it anymore. I think that we were letting other people not listening get us down, and this is all,
man.
I really think this is all going to be just about powering through and making it about us having a conversation that's cool. And if people want to listen to it, that's even better.
Right.
As long as we sit here and go, as long as we're coming down here and one person's listening every week, it's worth doing. And I said that 6 months ago, and I think we lost that for a month there. So as long as we're doing something that just one person wants to listen to, even if it's just you and me. If you're listening to the show and fucking laughing, it's worth doing.
Every day. I laugh hysterically in my car. I could barely keep the car on the road.
But I mean, like the last few, I was not feeling great about. I didn't listen to last week. I'm going to, but I didn't really find the time, and I didn't make the time to do it.
It was just kind of
There
was a couple spots, but it's funny. I was at WVKR today, And I was talking to the new the station manager there, and I told her that she's really into like audio and wiring and all that.
VKR is where?
WVKR, Vassar College.
Yeah. What was her name?
I don't know if she wants. I'm sure she'd be fine with it. Ivy.
I think I met her at the Bernie rally.
Really?
I think so. She's there now. She works there now.
Tall, skinny, blonde.
No, she's brunette.
Okay.
Yeah.
And anyway, she's really into like audio and wiring and everything like that. And I mentioned that I had a studio, and I use that term loosely.
Yeah.
In my
I have a place where I do things that you should do in a studio.
And she was like, "Oh, you should have a show on here too. We could cross promote."
Let's fucking do it. Let's just do it.
We should.
Even if it doesn't work out.
We can't curse though. They have a delay, and they have a delay button that's close.
I think we could do it. We just need to do it. Let's do it. We'll have to do it sober. Because it's on the Vassar campus.
I got my little Sin City flask sitting up there.
All right, so let's do it until sober until we get used to not fucking cursing.
Yeah. I'm going to sit in the parking lot for a little while.
We can get drunk after.
Or during. Let's just do
All
it
right,
during.
well, if I mean, you've mentioned that before.
We'll be renegades.
If we can get a show on, I mean, I can't carry this fucking thing. But,
you know how angry it makes? Not angry. At first it made me angry, but now I'm just kind of like, I just shake my head that I got this nice baser model Kimber 11 where it's just nice, and then you went and got out the fucking double the price fucking Springfield operator with the short fucking.
It's kind of it's stupid. It is stupid. I mean, like I've actually thought about. I haven't carried this in months.
Because it's a bulky.
It's gigantic.
We gotta go shooting.
We do.
That's what we gotta do.
And I have thought about selling this recently, but getting a cheaper 1911 and using the money for other things.
Yeah. Skateboards and drones and whatnot.
Skateboards. Mostly skateboards.
And
because
a new pair of shoes.
Yeah, I definitely need a new pair of shoes. Well, but the thing is, like, even if these shoes fall apart, they were $12, so I don't care. This was $2,400.
The fact that you're just swinging that fucking thing around on camera willy-nilly.
No, it's unloaded. Look. It's unloaded. It's fine. But yeah, I carried it today kind of because I have been thinking about getting rid of it. It's so expensive. It's stupid. That's $2,200.
Mine's been sitting in my fucking safe for probably a year.
Yeah, I'm thinking about just getting like just a Kimber, just base model 1911 because I love it. It's a great gun, but I don't need that. I need a $700. But am I really going to get what I paid for this thing? No.
It's solid as a rock.
Yeah. So
I love that fucking thing.
If I could get your gun plus $1,000 and walk out the door, I would do it.
You're not going to get it.
It's not going to happen.
No.
I'm going to get your gun plus $300 and walk out the door.
Maybe. My gun costs $700.
Yeah. And this was $2,200.
Was it that much?
$2,200. Yeah. Whew. Yeah. Dude, just the trigger group to buy the trigger group from Springfield and put it in your gun is $700. Just the trigger, just the trigger group.
There is something in you, it's like some synapse or whatever that's either A, firing or not firing, one of the two, that just is like $2,200. Okay.
Yeah, kind of. It's more if I'm gonna buy it, I want to buy the best one that there is, or I don't want it.
See,
because for this, they took 1,000 U.S. Marines active duty and got them together, and they designed this gun. Your gun was designed in 1911. Yes, it's the 1911, but it was designed by John Browning. It was designed by one person.
Right.
It's a great gun. They took that gun and they put everything that they wanted into it, and a big thing is no tool takedown, match trigger. Look at that. That's 0.6 pounds. That's nice. It slides beautiful.
And it's not a typical trigger where it just kind of hangs down like a nutsack. Slide trigger. That's the one.
All right. Well, guns could be another episode. But anyway, I'm thinking about if I could walk out of the store with between $500 and $700 and a base model 1911. I would love a used Browning, like an older one. That would be fine. You know, something I could build up over time. It's just I never fucking carry it.
The gun that Tom Hanks blew up the tank with.
Yeah, that was stupid. But anyway, let's get the fuck out of here. I gotta pee.
All right, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. Dead Radio Podcast. Whatever, man. We appreciate it if you listen to our nonsense. I don't know.
Or share it.
We're gonna
Share it with your
try
friends.
harder.
I think it's a good idea.
It's hard though.
Yeah.
It's tough.
All right.
It takes a lot of time.
Let's
but I
pee.
think
We'll try harder tomorrow.
yes. Goodbye, everyone. Until next week.
I love the title of the show.
Yeah. Adam PP Ryan Doodoo. RyRy Doodoo. My mistake. Till next week, kids.